What's up, guys? My name is Tanner McGrath. I cover college hoops here at the Action Network, and I'm here to give you my two favorite plays for Friday's monster slate. Let's get into it. All right, first we're going to go with Iowa minus 7.5 against Clemson. That line's at FanDuel, starts at 7 p.m. Clemson has a tough defense. Brad Burnell usually gets his guys to show up. They're really good on the interior, led by team leader P.J. Hall, fellow big man Hunter Tyson. But you know where Clemson isn't good? Post-up defense. They were the 25th percentile in points per possession allowed last season. They're in the 22nd percentile in that metric through 3 games this season. And they're even worse in transition defense. 35th percentile in points per possession allowed last season. And you know what Iowa likes to do? They run the ball down the floor and allow their big man to get leverage on the inside. They did that with Luka Garza. They did that with Keegan Murray. And now Chris Murray is scoring 12 points per game in the paint, shooting 76% at the rim. Even if Clemson's defense does show up, I don't know how they keep up offensively, especially in their first real test of the season. They played one KenPom top 200 team, and it was a loss to number 140 South Carolina. Meanwhile, Iowa rolled Seton Hall on both ends of the floor. The defense is trending up over the last few years under Fran, and they shredded arguably the best defense you'll see all season. And plus, you're also getting non-conference Fran McCaffrey, who is 72, 42, and 2 against the spread as a favorite in November and December. Yeah, and the Big Ten has looked great. They're 35 and 23 against the spread this season. And the ACC is a dumpster fire. 20, 35, and 1 against the spread this season, including 1 and 4 by Clemson. I'd personally make this line double digits. I would play Iowa up to a 9.5 point favorite. For our second pick, we're going to go with Oklahoma plus 2.5. I'd shop around because this line varies from book to book, but I would play it up to a pick 'em. This is an 8 p.m. game. Speaking of Seton Hall, Shaheen Holloway looks like he has no idea what he's doing offensively. This team is rugged defensively. Once again, arguably the best defense you'll see all season. But they just have no cohesion unless they're out in transition. Their half-court game is atrocious, which is expected from a new team and a first-year head coach. But they flailed against Iowa. 0.747 points per possession overall. That's not even including how bad it was in the half-court. Again, Iowa looks better defensively, but they're not elite on that end. Meanwhile, Porter Moser always shows up. He's 40, 31, and 1 against the spread as an underdog of the last 8 seasons. And he has a clear offensive identity. He either runs pick and roll with Grant Sherfield and Tanner Groves, or he runs out of the high post with either Grove brothers. And I'm also just concerned about Seton Hall's energy levels here. They played an extremely physical game against an extremely physical team in Memphis last night and won on a buzzer beater. I think the Pirates dropped this one primarily because of poor offensive execution. It's a brilliant young basketball mind, and I'll happily take the 2 points in the meantime. So hammer these two bets and check back in daily for more action picks.